Hello. So, I did not stick to making a video every day like what I was hoping to. I don't know when that was, damn near a month ago now, since I made the last video. At the same point though, I've been meaning to make a video every single day for the last several weeks, so that's something. No, I'm kidding, it's totally not. Though, it's something where it really has been, something I've been, I guess, going over with myself every single day. And that was part of what I thought would be interesting to talk about on this video, which is when there's things that we want to do, we know we should do, we know we physically can do, yet it takes something else to be able to actually get things done and make it happen. And in this case here is something where, my life has been, I guess, I've faced this a lot in my life where I have amazing opportunities and maybe things don't go the way that I plan and I have to go a different route. Or maybe it's something where I know exactly what I need to be able to do and I try and I'm just not quite there and I fail, fall flat on my face and have to figure out something different. And in this case here, this last year, 2020, there's really been a total reset for myself because 2019 was, I can't even call it a reset. It was more like everything crashed and burned, and I spent most of the year just kind of licking my wounds and figuring out how to not starve to death along the way. So it was a super rough time. 2020 was more so me being able to actually have something of a clean slate. And of course, the slate is not clean at all, though I at least had a ground to stand on. I had time with which I could find the job. I had career opportunities that I could pursue. I was in a place that I felt safe and comfortable, and it was something where I was finally able to actually start applying myself towards something, which was a bit of a blessing over what I'd been able to see. And it's probably the first year that I've ever experienced that I've actually, I guess, went slower. It's always been chasing after the next big, hairy, audacious business plan, business goal, and with everything that's happened, that wasn't in the cards for me. That wasn't reasonable. I looked back on my life and realized that the vast majority of my time has been spent on my back, flopping around, just trying to figure out how to survive, and unfortunately, multiple times not starve to death. And last year was I got dangerously close. I mean, I had some amazing experiences, met some awesome people, and got to explore all sorts of different parts of the world. Though I was also stuck in third world villages twice, and on multiple times was having to ration out food, and more often than not didn't know where I was going to live or if I'd have a roof over my head in the next week or the next month. So it's one of those things where it's like making the trade-off on, do I need to be a broke backpacker in order to feel alive and to feel like I'm experiencing my life to the fullest, or is it maybe another way? And that's what I've been exploring this year. And I wanted to make this video about being able to, I guess, take those practical steps where one of the biggest things that has happened to me this year is being able to actually explore just being. Like just being able to set a goal, even if it's not something huge, but something reasonable. Like for me, one of my biggest goals this year at the beginning was to get a job, which is so strange. I mean, anybody who's gotten to know me over the years knows that I am always Mr. Entrepreneur, Mr. Business, constantly chasing after something. And this year I decided I'm going to do something different. I decided that I clearly don't know enough yet about the business that I was in, digital marketing, and damn sure when it comes to e-commerce. Therefore, I really should go and find somebody that does know about these things, who has experience, who's got a track record, and who I could learn from. And so I made it my mission that I was going to find a job, and I was going to apply myself fully, offer a ton of value, learn a lot, and also grow. And it was around the middle of February that I succeeded in that goal. And that was really just the beginning, because the next step was to begin to acclimate myself back to being an employee, being at a place where I had to follow other person's systems. I had to be able to interact and work with a team where, sure, I might have some influence, though I'm damn sure not the leader like what I'm used to being in creating my own businesses. And that's been quite an experience for me, being able to, I guess, just practice a lot more humility than what I needed to be able to do, and also learn to be okay just being okay, which would make me cringe and throw up in my mouth if I heard that a year ago. At the same time, though, I've found that there's something beautiful in being able to set a goal and achieve it. And I compare that to setting a goal, chasing after it, getting nowhere near that goal, and lighting a bunch of shit on fire along the way, trying to make that happen, which has been a good chunk of my life. So it's something that I say that because same thing going back to making videos and being able to get myself back to a point where I'm consistently producing content to put onto YouTube. It's something where I didn't succeed. I didn't post a video every day, and right now I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I literally just pointed the camera at myself, ran a quick test to make sure I'm showing up on the screen. Hopefully the lighting is still decent enough, and I hit the record button. Having no idea what I was going to talk about, just knowing that my intention was to stare at the camera and talk for somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. Didn't really matter how much time. And even though I didn't do that, the fact I've thought about it day after day after day, continuing to progress in my different aspects of my life, and now here I am actually doing it, that gives me one step closer to making it a habit. You know, this year there's a few other habits that I really wanted to get into place that have been important to me, things that I haven't tried and do. I hate the word tried. I feel like it insinuates failure when the idea that you can't really try anything. You either do it or you don't. Like you can try to pick something up, or just pick it up or don't pick it up. And I say that because I had the desire to do a lot of other things, such as exercise. Exercise is something that I've been wanting to get into for years. I'd say the only time I was really at a level of physical fitness that I felt great about, that I really felt proud of, was back in 2014 when my mentor Travis would bring me to his gym and the two of us would work out in this amazing group coaching environment and just absolutely demolish ourselves every single day before going into the office for work. And that was, more than 6 years ago now. And every year between now and 2014, I tried, and I guess I say try loosely because it was something that I didn't do it. I made an attempt. I wanted to. I had the desire to. I even at times had the physical capacity to, though I didn't actually succeed in sticking to fitness. If anything, I would work out for 1 week and then get distracted and stop. Or I'd work out, go way too hard, and hurt myself. A bit of a metaphor for how I handled my life before this as well. Or what I might do is that I would tell myself every single day, I gotta work out, I wanna work out, I wanna be doing these things, I should go to the gym, I should go run, I should do some push-ups. I tell myself these things every single day, just like making a video here, and I wouldn't do it. Well, this year, whenever quarantine had started, that was when I thought, okay, there is no other time that will be better than right now. So that was right around the beginning of February, I think. And I started off, and I looked back at myself, and I thought, okay, every single other time I've done this, I would either set way ridiculous expectations, not meet them, feel depressed, and then fall off track, or I would go ham, hurt myself, need to recover for a few days or a few weeks, and then fall off track and not exercise anymore. So I decided that this time I was going to start small. I was going to start slow. And I started off only doing stretches. I didn't even do exercise. I just stretched out my muscles, and I felt satisfied that that was something. And I'd want to do more. I told myself no, and I would consciously restrict myself from doing more. And then I got to where I would do some push-ups. And I would do some push-ups and some jumping jacks. I would do push-ups and jumping jacks and some squats. And over a period of like 2 weeks, I mean, it wasn't just a few days, it was like 2 weeks of this, where I'd stretched every day and I'd done small exercises. I then finally decided to start doing bigger exercises. And my friend, Zach, he moved out to Ukraine with me. He had told me that he's doing Freeletics, which is this application where it's got a whole bunch of pre-made workout plans. And this was actually an app that I had tried out way back in 2017 or so. And I didn't stick to it, of course. I did it for 1 week and then threw it out. At the same time, though, it was something where I liked the concept. The idea that I could gamify my fitness, that I could not just do a workout, that I'd be able to track that workout, see the time, how long it took me to do it. I could see how much progress I was making in 1 month versus the previous month. I could find out exactly how many individual exercises, like push-ups or sit-ups or burpees or whatever it might be, I was doing. And the funnest thing of all for me was it was gamified. So it actually showed me different levels of not just myself, also the levels of people in the community. And so I started doing that, and it just whooped my ass in the beginning. Like, it was so rough. At the same time, though, I really made it a habit that just every day, and it wasn't every single day. I did take days off, and actually at one point, after doing being consistent for about a month, I actually took 3 whole weeks off. So it wasn't like I was far, far from perfect. At the same time, though, what it did for me was it allowed me to be able to have some more accountability. Something where I could physically see when I worked out last. I could see a community of other people, where they were at, what results they were getting, and how they were progressing in their goals. I could actually talk to people in the comments and learn about what are they working towards, what keeps them motivated, why do they choose different workouts, and what types of things are interesting in their lives. For whatever reason, I'm connected with a lot of Germans on there, so it's very exciting that I've recently made a lot of German friends, and then I go on this app and there's a bunch more German people. All in all, the point is there was a lot more than just arbitrarily deciding to do a bunch of push-ups that kept me motivated. And because of that, I was able to make it to where now, over the course of the last 3.5 months, I've worked out consistently. It's damn sure not every single day. I'd say on average I've worked out maybe 3 times a week, per week, if I average it all out over the last 4 months. At the same time, that's so much better than what I've ever done in the last 6 years of trying to exercise. And of course, my desire is to work out every single day, and then just to have maybe one day where I just do stretches, and to get it to where I'm not just working out, but I'm doing an epic, hardcore, intense workout every day, really beasting out my cardio and getting to super duper high levels of fitness and strength. Yet the fact that I went from nothing, having a beer belly multiple times, and just not being super duper fit to now being consistent in it, that's the type of transformation that I'm looking for in 2020. Where it's been something that I've been able to do that in my job, to where I can show up. I have a routine, I have a schedule now. I go to bed around the same time at night, and I wake up around the same time in the morning. And for the most part, Monday through Friday, I have a routine, which is something that's never really existed for me in the last several years of my life. I've been able to get it to where I used to be. It was very challenging for me to respond to people, communicate through email and through Messenger. I always wanted to send videos or talk to people directly through webinars. Well, now I've had to get good at communicating and expressing myself through email and through message. And so now it's something where using Slack and using email, I've gotten pretty good at communicating directly in a way that is easily 10 times better than what it used to be. Either way, so I say that because at this stage, this is my first video, well, I guess my second video back, because I kind of failed the first video from almost a month ago. Yet this first video I wanted to talk about being able to see the way that my perspective of goal setting has changed. Where now my value offer, or my value ladder, I guess my values of what is a reasonable and good goal is now something that is actually going to be stuck to. Something that a person can say it and they're going to do it. And even if it's not some crazy, hairy, audacious goal, well, I get inspired by that. I love to hear big, crazy goals, and I love to think about them. The fact is, I, for the first time in my life, has found a level of fulfillment in being able to set a target and achieve it, and to overcome whatever challenges might occur along the way, and to watch the growth happen internally. Because what I find that happens is that there's an exponential growth that accelerates, where a goal is set, it gets close to being hit, or it does get hit, and then all of a sudden you set a bigger goal and a bigger goal and a bigger goal, and those goals increase in size exponentially to the point where I can only imagine that while my goals might seem small in a short period, 3 months or 6 months, if I compound that over the course of a year, 2 years, 5 years, well, those goals are on a whole nother level. So I don't know how long it's been. I'm going to do a better job of timing myself and seeing when I actually start these videos. It will be a good thing for me to practice during tomorrow's video. So I'm going to end it here. Just to recap, this video is just really meant to be something of a documentation of the process, where I'll have more stories, more conversation about 2020, what it's been like, transformation that's been made, and really the most important and exciting thing is what happens next, because things are different. I think different. I see the world differently. And quite frankly, I'm really, really excited to have the opportunity to come and start a new life, a new world, and it is a new world with all this craziness, and to see what is possible to create. So, all right, thanks so much for watching. This video is meant for future family and any followers who are curious to see what this journey is like. I'd love to your feedback in the comments if you guys have something similar that perhaps you've gone after and tried to succeed at and didn't, or times that you set a goal that was way, way big, you didn't succeed at it, and then you set a small goal, you did, and you found yourself achieving amazing things along the way. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.